All right. It's lunchtime on Wednesday, July 2nd. A few things about our two main political parties and this big, beautiful bill. Over the last several years, starting really with Trump, the voting bases for each party essentially switched. Republicans used to have the college-educated crowd, the suburban crowd, and the elites, and the Democrats represented working people. Donald Trump has effectively co-opted the Democrats' working class base to vote for him. And now the Democratic Party is viewed as the party of the college-educated elites and the snooty pronoun crowd. And, and each side has their orthodoxy, and there's no room for dissent at all. There's no room for discussion with either one. But this big, beautiful bill that the Republicans are ramming through, or trying to, is going to crush their working class base. And they are not listening to their own voters as they put this bill through. They are not listening to them at all. And I was reminded of an episode of the Focus Group, Sarah Longwell's podcast, Through the Bulwark. And this was a couple, 3 weeks ago. They were doing focus groups with people about this bill. And there was one woman who spoke about just the dire circumstances that she faces in her life. She's profoundly disabled. She qualifies for disability and qualifies for Medicaid assistance, qualifies for SNAP benefits, for food stamps for her and her two kids. She gets like $900 a month in disability. I think she said she got $300 a month in food stamps, and qualified for all kinds of Medicaid assistance relative to her medical care. And first of all, it's like Republicans seem to think that Medicaid consists of making cash payments to people. Republicans are regulating this program, and they don't even understand how it works. When there is fraud in Medicaid or Medicare, it's from the providers, not by the recipients. All I'm hearing, watching cable news stuff, is all of these Republicans talking about individuals defrauding Medicaid, as though they're just sitting home getting all kinds of free medical care that they're not entitled to, as though they're getting cash payments. That's not how Medicaid works. For Medicaid, you have to be profoundly poor to qualify for Medicaid benefits. Nobody aspires to qualify for Medicaid. They just don't. Knock it off. Hey, Lola. And that woman that I was talking about, who qualifies for disability, gets food stamps, qualifies for Medicaid, she voted for Donald Trump, and she voted Donald Trump because she liked that he was taking medical care away from trans kids. She said that out loud. She's going to lose all of her benefits. She's going to lose her Medicaid. She's going to lose her SNAP benefits. She's going to lose her disability under this bill. She's going to lose everything. And she acknowledged that in that focus group. And she doesn't understand how she's going to not end up homeless with her two kids. But she still supports what Donald Trump is doing when he takes medical care away from trans kids. And that's where my empathy for people like her goes out the fucking window. I feel bad for her kids. Her kids are going to pay a horrible price for this bill. She can go fuck herself. But the broader point is that Republicans are doing this to their own base now. And now the Senate, which was projected to be relatively easy for Republicans to keep a hold on in the 2026 midterms. The Senate's in play. Now that Tom Tillis is resigning so that he can vote against this bill. And I mean, the House elections are the House elections. I still can't believe Democrats didn't take the House last time. But this is going to decimate Republicans in the House. And it's like, for people who are more concerned about keeping their job than anything, well, I shouldn't say that. They're more concerned about not having Trump turn on them than anything. They are not listening to their own base when it comes to this bill. A huge number of people who comprise their base, who receive these benefits, are starting to understand what it is going to do to them. And this is a historically unpopular piece of legislation. Honey lemon chicken with scalloped potatoes. I mean, they're trying to ram this thing through so fast. I heard one member of the Senate say it's like a dead possum on your porch in the sun. The longer it sits there, the more it starts to stink. The longer this bill is hanging out there, the more the American public is learning about what's actually in it. It's already so far underwater, it's insane. And, Republicans are stalling action in the House. They're voting on amendments. I mean, put it this way. If the House changes one thing in this bill, no matter how small, if they change one sentence in this 950-page bill, then it has to go back to the Senate again. And they have to vote on it in the Senate again. You think Lisa Murkowski wants to vote on this bill again? Maybe she does. Who the fuck knows, man? I mean, she caved. I mean, she was supposed to be a moderate. She was supposed to be a moderate. And what's the point in having moderates in the Senate if they're going to vote for stuff like this that is going to completely destroy the lives of 60 or 65% of the people who live in this country? Like that woman I was just talking about. She's disabled. She qualifies for Medicaid. She's getting SNAP benefits. She voted for Trump. All of her benefits are going away. But she still likes what Donald Trump is doing when he takes medical care away from trans kids. I don't know who to be angrier at, to be honest with you. Republicans in the House, Republicans in the Senate, or people like her. It's fucking unbelievable. I haven't seen anybody apart from Donald Trump who actually says that this bill is a good thing. Him and Mike Johnson, those are the only two people. Nobody wants this thing to become law, and they're going to do it anyway.